I just thought I'd take a moment to talk about when you're creating a suspended shelter with our tarps, why it's really important to firstly tie down all your eyelets, ensure that the tarp's not experiencing parachute effect, ensure there's no fluttering on the tarp and no water pooling on the tarp. As you can see over here, we've secured the tarp with just a handful of eyelets, and a lot of the eyelets are free and not tied down. When the wind hits the tarp currently, that load of the wind is being exposed on just a handful of eyelets, and when they're exposed to strains beyond the capacity, they will pop out or break. When you tie down all your eyelets, when the wind hits the tarp, that load is more evenly distributed and it makes sure the tarp lasts longer. That's what the eyelets are designed to do, so ensure that you tie down all your eyelets. Water pooling and sitting on top of the tarp is just as bad as a parachute effect. The reason for this is water pooling on the tarp creates a lot of added weight and strain on the tarp material and eyelets. The water sitting on top won't really leak through because the tarps are completely waterproof, but you want to ensure that the water runs off, because if you think about it, 1 cubic meter of water equals a ton of weight. That's a lot of weight sitting on the tarp. To ensure that this doesn't pool on the tarp, make sure that your setup has an incline or a decline to let water run off. The reason fluttering is bad for your tarp is because when the material flutters against the wind, it's hitting the frame or structure that you're tied it to, and over time, that fluttering will create a weak point across the material, and you might find that the material's breaking or the eyelets are coming out. So ensure that you tie down all your eyelets and put ropes across the tarp, as that will prevent the tarp from fluttering as well. The parachute effect is essentially when the wind hits the tarp from underneath and makes it into a mini parachute. It makes it balloon up and wants it to escape. A lot of the times, these frames will be pegged to the ground, or whatever you've tied it to will be more of a structure that's not going to move in the wind, but the tarp will. So when it's exposed to strains beyond its capacity, you might find the material breaking or the eyelets popping out. To stop the parachute effect, make sure you rope it across the length and widthways.